Hello everyone, Esther here, and thank you so much for tuning to my channel. Um, I would like us first to observe the sky, what's happening today. Today it's Wednesday, August 11, 2021. This is actually third lunar day is the new moon, and third day on the especially lunar calendar and Hebrew calendar. It's months of ELUL, which is third day, and today it's Wednesday. Now, what's really, really special about today? Today is the first morning we can see the beautiful, magnificent Cyrus. I'm going to discuss with you about the Cyrus. A lot of astrologers waiting for this day the whole entire year. For many, and especially people from Egypt, it's considered literally the new year. And we're going to discuss a little bit about Cyrus. I think it's really worth our attention for us to understand because there's a lot of cosmic energy coming from Cyrus to our planet Earth, I do believe, and I know from many ancient texts as well. And I'm going to show you right now how it's actually look if you will be doing chart, for example, with me, with the ancient astrology Placidus system, then we can actually see if you do have any royal star. In Cyrus, it's considered their royal star. And so Cyrus actually located in the sign of Gemini. You can see over here, and it belongs to sign of Gemini. And Cyrus usually comes under degree 19, between 19 and 20. But it's not just enough for you to know that you're born, you have some important planet like your sun, your rising, your moon in Gemini, or even Venus, or any, maybe you have any horizon or any meridians, for example, touching Cyrus. It's really important as well to know what latitude you're born, because you can born under same degree, but you're born in it under, for example, northern atmosphere, and you're not really touching the Cyrus. So it's really important really to look and observe directly the sky. It's not just enough to know your degree. We really can see, for example, my system, which is developed for amazing astrologer, Colin Rumen Kolev, and I hope I pronounced now correctly. And he's definitely one of the teachers who I learned tremendously. And he explained, and again, his explanation comes from ancient technology, a lot about Cyrus, which is, we will come back to it. Let's first observe the sky. Let's understand really what's happening for the next few days. I think it's worthwhile to understand. So today, we actually have a Venus. She's moving toward Virgo. So why I really want to start with Venus, because Venus really affecting our emotional, our mood. It's affecting our relationship. End of the day, it's all about relationship. Really, it's make us happy or it's make us sad. It shouldn't, but this is the reality. In the perfect world, when we work on ourselves, we shouldn't be affected too much by other people's opinion, by other people what they think about us, what they say, but we're all affected. So therefore, it's really important to really celebrate Venus in the more balanced way, not to give her too much energy, because Venus can be very tricky. Don't forget, Venus surrounded by fog. She can provide you a lot of illusion about things. It's like you're driving in a foggy weather and your car is the worst, right? You cannot see. So people who have important Venus as an important planet in the chart, they sometimes have a hard time to make a decision. It's almost like, the slogan from Nike, just do it. This is definitely for people of Venus. Now, one thing I want to mention, when Venus right now get into Virgo, Venus is considered debilitated in Virgo, because Virgo, it's a really sign of purity, but sign of logic. You will think Virgo look like a beautiful angelic woman. How possible Venus really feel debilitated? Because for Virgo, it's really hard to open heart without logic attached, without to be too beautiful. You need to be more beautiful. You need to be clean. You need to be on time. You need to be committed. So this is a lot of conditions in order. So this is why Venus doesn't like to be under this type of condition. She feel it's too much for her to feel comfortable and free. So when you do have important starts in Virgo, I do recommend for you to take it easy. And because for you, especially guys, it's going to be a more difficult time to accept your partner, to take it easy. And don't forget, we right now enter time of tshuva, time of redemption, time before Rosh Hashanah, before astrological, the Soul New Year, right? Which is it's going to be it's going to be in less than months. So each day it's considered super important. So for example, this week recommended by Kabbalists to go to find a friend, someone who really care for you, and ask your friend really what quality he see or she see in you. You need to work and you need to open your eyes more. And of course, if person really loves you and comes from place of care and love, so we should really take this really openly and as a big blessing, because Kabbalists always explain, and when you do see what you need to work on yourself, it's a bigger blessing. There's no place to hide. Eventually we need to work. So rather to face on your own as a preventing medicine, then when you're already sick and you really need to take care of things on different level, right? So same thing here. We can prevent a lot of things. We can by taking, remember my first video about months of Elul, we need to take things in outside on the surface in order for us to see in front of the sun. Remember, when the sun shine, even dust become visible, right? When it's in darkness, everything hide, but it's still there. It doesn't mean it's disappear. So this is why it's really important. You can hide from yourself. You can run from yourself. You can move to another city. You can move to another house, which is sometimes it's necessary, right? This is what we can see in the chart as well, especially on your solar return chart. When I do, you guys, um, follow-up readings, we and your progress readings, we can see a lot of things. But again, it's as a complementary. You, the creator, you have a creator within you. You have a lot of power. But in order for you to claim power, you need to start to behave like one, right? So therefore, we need to work with ourselves. Another really important thing I want to show you guys. Let's move a little bit in tomorrow. I want to show you what's happened. There you go. So Venus completely, you can see an upper level here, my arrow. Venus is right in Virgo. She's actually in the brain in the Virgo, so in very logical moment. And then we have a Mercury and we have Mars, and they both kind of invisible. They don't have too much energy, and way they together, they become not just logical. Mars given to Mercury, especially Mercury going right now under, it's going to go into retrograde. Mercury become debilitated as well soon. And what's happened when Mercury together with Mars, and don't forget the opposition with Jupiter. So first of all, Mercury become more aggressive in the sense of the way how we um, discuss things, the way how we express ourselves, the way how we see things. We absolutely sure this is how they are. So it's almost nowadays it's impossible to convince to anyone otherwise. If you see certain way, that's it. You right away come to even the conversation right now can come more on the fight level, right? Instead, just to have productive conversation. Okay, this is your opinion. Okay, this is mine. Because remember, you sit in one chair and you facing window. The person's in another chair, he's facing door. So for you, door don't exist. For you, the window. For the person, the window don't exist, only the door. We always need to keep this in mind in order for us to understand the bigger picture, because this is why it's really important to zoom out. If you're inside of conversation or conflict, if you're too much involved, you never can really be uh, constructed. You need to zoom out as a movie director and not to be as an actor too much involved in order to understand. So this combination going to push our limits for more conflict, especially Venus right now in more logical place, right? So this is something really. And what's happened with Jupiter? Jupiter telling us, okay, guys, that's fine. This is how you see. As far it comes from place of heart, as far it comes from place of wisdom. This okay. Okay, Mercury telling you, that's fine. As far in the end, you're gonna accept me and my truth, I'm okay with that. So this is how this is the mentality right now, right? So Sun, it's still in 25th degree in Leo, and it's going in few days, going to touch more. You can see going more and more toward you know, it's actually, sorry, my apology, it's in Cancer and it's going more to Virgo. Now, another really, really important thing about Mars I want to mention, it's getting really closer to the star Zosma. And Zosma is the star of astrology, it's mystical star as well. So anything connect to esoteric mysticism, we will have desire, but in same, we're going to have a fight for it. So it's almost like if someone don't have this desire, don't understand, you almost the way how you're going to prove your point, you're going to attach a little bit more aggressivity. So just pay attention. Again, we're in very, very special cosmic period of time, the window, cosmic window, where we literally our soul prepare for almost like operation. Because when we arrive to the Rosh Hashanah, it's called two judgment days. Is the days where literally our cases evaluate in upper level what we done, how we prepare for the next year to come. So this is the right now preparation, right? So just keep this in mind and apply your wisdom. And when you feel a little bit irritated, it's okay if this is how you feel. But again, when you connect yourself to the bigger picture, even when you feel inside a little bit boily, always try to first zoom out. Always apply restriction first before you're going to answer to somebody else. So this is just kind of to remind us some tips. Now, another thing we need to understand, we have a sun in Cancer and the sun in opposition with Saturn, right? So, sun is superior and it's in a position with Saturn. And Saturn, remember, when Saturn entered when Saturn was entering the Capricorn initially, we all enter our houses in 2018 and we start with coronavirus. So for all of us was like really we couldn't understand what's really happening. And Saturn said, okay, children, this is the time for you. This is your new level, new school to be at. So right now, Saturn in the full retrograde along with Jupiter. And remember, when both planets, like those giants, those masters, they both consider in Kabbalistic wisdom in Sefer Yezirah, Saturn is Shabtai, it's represent Shabbat, and Jupiter, it's a tzedek, it represent righteousness. Both of them really are here to take us to the next level, right? Because the final redemption really here. We just need to be prepared for it. And it starts with our homes. We always need to remember, right? So let me share with you. We're gonna move from this screen. I'm gonna share with you the other um, few images I created for you guys. There you go. So Cyrus, right? So Cyrus, it's really magnificent. I just want to just how we say in Hebrew, leavdil, just for you to show, just to compare. This is the Cyrus. Now, Cyrus is the group of planets. It's the triple, right? So we have Cyrus A, B, and C. Now, C, I'm going to show you later, but just for you to show you something. This is the Sun, and this is the Cyrus. And in many ancient textbooks, it's explained about Cyrus. Cyrus really considered for many ancients, not for Kabbalistic, not for Kabbalists. Kabbalist sun is always superior, but for many ancients, the Mesopotamian and Babylonian, they used to just have discussion what is more important, Cyrus or sun, because for them Cyrus was important. And there's a lot of information in books. There's aliens and a lot of wisdom was coming from Cyrus. It actually says, according to Babylonian astrologers, they explained, and even really a lot of high souls, even souls like Jesus, a lot of high souls, they come from Cyrus. Cyrus really supply us with a lot of wisdom, with a lot of information. But again, it's something to debate because it's not really confirmed on the Kabbalistic wisdom. But yes, it's really important for us to understand the magnificence. And today, by the way, today is the day, the birthday of Cyrus. So a lot of you who have binocles and you buy specially, it's one of the reasons people buy, just to observe the Cyrus. So today, it's actually the day. If you follow me on my Facebook, I put last night really beautiful information about the Cyrus. So just for you to understand, and I explain the little bit in depth, a little bit more. So what's really it's important, the first morning, which is Cyrus appearance of the star, before sunrise, by the way, you still can, this morning, it depends on where you live and depends how clear the sky is, the known as the helical rising of the star, which is the birthday. So Cyrus, the brightest star, makes it his first appearance each year during the mid-August. It's always, many times it's on August 18, but it really depends on the latitude. So from the mid-northern latitude, so for 2021, our year, under the best condition, you could observe already this morning without even any technology. But start from tomorrow for another few days, you can actually see it more and more, and it's really beautiful. It's like it's gorgeous. It's actually says when you observe and you work on you spiritually and Cyrus feel, then you really cleaning yourself, you really making yourself like a creator. You're getting a lot of energy from that moment as well. Okay, so this is really beautiful. um if you have a Cyrus in your chart, I have to tell you, for example, my rising Taichan Cyrus, and when the first time I did my reading with my teacher, and he told me a lot of things about me, and he explained to me why I channel certain things, why I understand why I have a few royal stars in my chart. I really understood much more, because to know just your sign, it's one thing. But when you have a different, very important stars in your chart, it's giving you additional blessings, sometimes additional things you need to work on it, but really important energy. And it's really good and important to know, because you will understand yourself better. You understand your tribe better, because there's no way your soul come back to this dimension and you coming back in certain period of time, moment, and family and her rising. But it's really important to know your rising moment, because if you don't know date of birth, it's almost impossible for me to do your chart properly. It's really take me much more calculation. I have to only rely on your moon cycles. So, but again, when you're already getting after age 50, it's okay, 55. But if you're younger, it's much important to have the rising. And it's actually sign of kingship. It's sign of a lot of wisdom, leadership. So Cyrus, it's unbelievable. And if, for example, you for example, it's from 19 to 20 degree, it says if you have even 2 or 3 degree before or after, you still catching the energy. This is how magnificent it is. So look at this right now, the Cyrus A. So diameters of Cyrus A, it's 2,381,000 kilometers. And look at the sun, 1,391. So just for you to understand the magnificent, the latitude, the altitude, like it's a huge. And what we have here, the Cyrus B. Remember, Cyrus is the group of stars, right? It's the three of them. So, and the Cyrus B, it's a little bit less than the planet Earth. And this is one I wanted to show you. It's actually some of them says then Cyrus C and B, they have such a tremendous energy. It's almost can be behave like a nova. So they're still trying to understand. It says the energetical force of Cyrus, it's affecting the whole solar system and our galaxy where we at, right? Because there's so many galaxies, and it's considered the royal points, the noble points of what's really happening in the sky as well. So something really cool for us to understand. Okay, guys. So thank you so much for your time. Remember, this week it's really important to find someone who you trust, and you know this person loves you and cares for you. And it can be a friend, it can be a family member, it can you be children even, because when we come your children in a humble way, we teach the children with our own examples how they can be open to us and come for us as well. And of course, no expectation. Don't expect this person to ask you in return. It's not about that. You're the one, you come in and you asking what if they see something, then you need to work in order for it to help you to understand yourself better and work on your process. So this is really big blessings. Thanks guys again for your time. I hope this information was in great service for you. I wish you many, many blessings, and I'm looking forward for my next video where we can discuss. I'm working right now on a new video. Tomorrow I'm going to post it, where I'm going to give you the secret of Arizal Ria Kadosh, the prayers, exactly what he recommend to do during the days of tshuva, of redemption, repentance, in order for us to be prepared for our souls to be reborn. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.